Alright guys, Bell and Manic here. Today we're going to be talking about the Khemri and we're going to have a look at the units and talk a little bit how they play. So over to you Manic, show us your team composition and the way you'd build them.
Well, initially you can see you have 4 Tomb Guardians, which are essentially just the mummies for the undead. So you need to take 4 of them, and at strength 5, 2 and 1 more movement than the mummies, they've got to be a must. They have a throw bar. The description says that they can throw as well as other teams, so take one of them, you don't really need 2, especially with the extra cost as well and the high unit cost. I'd say definitely go for just 1. And then you've got the 2 Blitz Wars, the 2 standard blockers with block, so I'd go with a couple of them. And then you've got your standard linemen, which are just the skeletons, so I'd fill up the rest of the team with those guys.
Right, well, cheers for that Manic. So we've played a game earlier, so we're going to jump into that, show some highlights and talk about how the team actually plays. And let's have a wee look at that now. Okay, the first thing I noticed with the Khemri, and you touched upon it in your team build, is that they're supposed to be able to pass like the other teams in the game. Did you feel that actually worked out in a real game situation?
Although I made a decent pass and a decent catch, I can't knock it too much, but I just don't see it working too often and being something you can rely on to win your games.
Interesting. Well, the other thing I've noticed is the Tomb Guardians, which you said are like the mummies, and obviously you get 4 of them. Did you find that an advantage? I know I found it quite difficult to get around them.
See, having the 4 Tomb Guardians looks decent on paper, but they start with no good skills. No, the mummies start with Mighty Blow, which is a huge starting skill, but since they're lacking, I think at the start they aren't that great, along with Decay, so when one goes down there's a good chance he ain't going to get back up. They definitely need to get leveled quick to maybe get block or something and stop them from going down as often. They're definitely a unit I like, but like I said, they need to be built up to be effective.
Okay, so you mentioned the decay on the mummies. How exactly does that work? I'm not 100% certain myself, so if you'd like to explain that.
Well, when you're rolling the result on the injury table, you need to roll twice and apply both results. So when rolling for an injury, there's more chance that they're going to get a serious injury, but the likelihood of them getting knocked down with a strength of 5 and armor value of 9, you won't have to roll for the injuries that often, but when you do, decay is definitely going to be a bad factor.
Right, so you've used Khemri in a few games now. How do you think they stack up in a real world game? And do you think they're worth a buy? Would you use them again? Did you enjoy playing with them? What are your overall thoughts?
See, they're quite linear with how they play due to the lack of variety of the units, and having 4 Tomb Guardians is great, but with the unreliability of the passing game, I'm not really a big fan. And being a Wood Elf guy, I also enjoy a bit of movement on the pitch, and the lack of movement in the army, unlike the undead who have the ghouls, I'd say I'd pass. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed that video, please like and subscribe. We also have a video on the Chaos Dwarfs if you want to check that out and see our thoughts on them. We will be playing a game with Manic as the Khemri, and me as the Chaos Dwarfs, so we'll be putting that full game up in the near future. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and peace.